let me welcome you. Let me thank you, first of all, for your support. I know you had other choices. You know, you could have went to the disco, went to the strip club, but you came here, and we appreciate it very much, okay? So at this time, I'm gonna ask the Principal Turner, to come up and do the introduction. Is that correct, or are you gonna do invocation? Oh, okay. Principal Turner for the welcome.
Thanks for those books, too.
Hey, no problem.
Well, good evening, everybody. I have to say that about 4 hours ago, this cafeteria was filled with other people, but they were a lot more noisy than you guys, so I don't understand why that happened. But maybe if we give you guys some time this evening, that may happen, right? Well, we want to thank you for coming out tonight. I want to apologize for the parking situation tonight. However, it's very appropriate that at this time tonight we're having a track meet on the same campus as the Athletic Hall of Fame night, and it did create a parking situation, but what a better evening to have all of that going on. So having all of you here tonight is really, really a great thing. I'm a firm believer in people from the past involving themselves with the students of the present to help them to become the citizens of tomorrow that we need to help us in our city and to one day be here doing what you're doing here tonight. And that is an extremely important thing. And so having all of you here is an honor. We welcome you to Taft. And earlier today, as I said, we had hundreds of students walking the halls of this building. And even though it was a different building than what many of you guys walked, it's still the same Taft experience, the same Taft family. And school is all about heart. Everything that we do comes from our heart. And I know that when you guys were at Taft, whether that was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, or even 50 some years ago, for some of you. I won't go any past 50. I know there's some more than 50, but I won't go there. But school is all about heart, and those of you who know me know that I have a real heart for our kids today. And Helen Keller once said, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart." And so we know that those of you here tonight who are the inductees, you felt this place in a special way with your heart, because not only did you involve yourselves in the academic piece, but also the athletic piece. There's some people here who are administrators or coaches who are inductees, and we know that you had a heart for the kids of Taft. And so we appreciate the work of everyone for the Taft legacy, and we really appreciate the work of the committee for this event. And I really want to mention them by name because I appreciate everything that they did to be able to bring this here together tonight. So I really want to thank John Harshaw, Fred Hill, Freddie Hunt Sr., Alta Chris Nelms, Donald Newberry, Shirley Powell, Robert Stewart, Dennis Whitehead, and Calvin Wooten. We really want to thank them for what they did for this event tonight. Martin Luther King once said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" And so we all have to ask ourselves, what are we doing for others? And this committee did a lot for other people for tonight, just like many people, if not most people here tonight, have done things for other people. And we know that helping others is so important. And so as we work together now of the Taft family of the 21st century, we try to instill in our students that they need to look out for their fellow man. They need to help other people. And so we appreciate all of those who volunteered for this event tonight. And I want to personally thank all of you who volunteer for anything out in your own world, whether that's at church or even for Taft in other ways or in the community, because that's very important. And so I really want to personally thank that committee here again. And so represented in this room tonight as I close this welcome are many, many collective years of people who have served and will continue to serve. It's important for me, as the principal of Taft, and especially since I've spent almost 30 years now right here in the West End of Cincinnati at Bloom and at Taft. How many people here went to Bloom?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Oh, come on. Is that it? How about Porter? I didn't teach at Porter, but I spent a lot of time at Porter doing different things. So Bloom and Porter all fed into Taft, right? And so we all have to work together with our students for today to get them to understand that there's more important things than some of the things that distract them from education and what they really need to be doing. And so we really want to welcome you as Taft alumni to come into the building. Come in and make yourself known to our students. Have your class reunion here, as many of you already have, because that helps us connect the past with the present, which will affect the future. Maya Angelou said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." And I know there's a whole lot of style represented here tonight in this room. I want to welcome you to Taft, and let's have a great evening.
Okay. Privilege of the mic. Want to acknowledge some people here. First, my significant other, really only other, BJ. If you will stand, please. My second in command, her cousin Alma, sitting next to her. Yeah. My family is here. My grandson, Jordan. My granddaughter, Jada. All right, they're sitting over here. My son, John. Host of others, Reverend Holly Lee Harvey. My brother-in-law, I call him my brother-in-law. My sister-in-law, First Lady of New Friendship, Mabel, class of 56. And Principal Turner forgot to mention that great school, Euler Junior High, where we came from. Like to acknowledge Hank Robinson, brother of Oscar Robinson, who's been a good friend of mine. We went to UC together. I want to acknowledge George Wilson and his wife Jean. George was my teammate at University of Cincinnati. He was on the team that was the first African American team to win a state championship in Illinois. Hank was on the first team in Indiana, first African American team to win a state championship. I want to acknowledge my other running player on the court, Tom Thacker. Now, Tom is a special athlete because there's no one in the history of basketball that has accomplished more than Tom. He won 2 national championships in college, runner-up in the third along with George, both of them. They had 4 African Americans on that team before Texas Western won 2 national championships and runner-up. Tom went on to win 2 NBA championship with Boston Celtics. He won an ABA championship with Indianapolis and a CBA championship. And nobody in the history of sport has ever done anything like that. And I'm proud of my running buddy and fellow surgeon, Tom Thacker. Putting my glasses on for these others. Orlando Henderson. Are you in the back? Oh, there he is. Please stand. Former principal. Anthony Smith. Oh, there. Oh, okay. By the machine. Okay. I got Reverend Harlan. Some. Jim Ingle. There he is. I see Jim at every track meet in the world. Wherever I go as a track meet, I see him.
Yeah, we just want to make it a practice to acknowledge those that labored and toiled here at Taft, and Dr. Camaria Tahimba, the recently installed Executive Director, UMADOC. How many of you know that there was a State Representative Mallory's brainchild, and he have placed alcoholic centers in almost every major city in the state of Ohio. So Dr. Camaria Tahimba, would you please stand? Class of 77. And then Anthony Smith didn't want to stand. He don't like attention, but Anthony is a 74 graduate of Taft, former principal under Orlando's mentorship, and also he's a former assistant superintendent for CPS, and now he's the superintendent of Wooden Woods City Schools. Thank you, Anthony.
Okay, housekeeping, we want to thank, where'd he go? William Watson. Where you at, William? Bill Watson. Want to thank him for his efforts getting our fruit plate from Kroger's. I want to acknowledge Kroger's for their contribution and appreciate it. You know, Taft High School has a rich history. When they built this school and the first class graduated in 1956, they built the police station across the street because they thought there was going to be a lot of us going over there. In the history of the school, no student ever went over to that police station. For over 50-some years now, starting with the first class, at our 10-year anniversary, we acknowledged that Taft High School had the most professional athletes than any high school in the country. And we continue to send them year after year after year after year, and we have some more that'll be heading that way soon. It was also the place.
15th day of April in the year 2015, John Cranley, Mayor.